So I am going to mention Brett Baty here, and it's weird because he's still available in more than half of Yahoo leagues. As of Thursday morning, he was, which is insane to me. That doesn't make any sense. Baty, he did start out a little slow, but even still, going into play Thursday, and the Mets are actually playing a baseball game today after being rained out for like a week. Uh, Beatty is 11 for 26, 11 for his last 26, so 423 during that stretch. Two homers, two doubles. Hit a homer against a left-hander, Dylan Lee, the Braves reliever, on Monday, and has been getting more at bats against left-handed pitching in recent days. We know Eduardo Escobar is in that mix too, and has been for a little bit, but it might make sense for the Mets to use Escobar out of the DH spot against lefties instead and not at third base. Beatty in a small sample here. So players with at least 25 batted ball events. Beatty is tied for 10th among all hitters, 57.7%. So that's the kind of stuff you look at in terms of promise moving forward. And, Beatty also just passes the eye test at the plate. He hits rockets, looks very polished at the plate, has been making the plays at third base too. So, yeah, I think as opposed to Alvarez, where I'm not so sure, I think Beatty's up for good, runs away with this job, I think could be a top 15 third baseman is where I would set my expectations right now, but who knows? Could be even higher by the end of the year.
Yeah, I'll co-sign all of your recommendations, and I thought he would be 75 or 80% rostered right now, so I don't think that tag makes any sense. Let's get the people who are holding out. Beatty's going to be here all season, and it's still a plus Mets lineup. Look, we love. This is a player I mentioned on Monday's podcast, but I'll mention him again for my next recommendation. We love a post-hype sleeper case, and that's what Nick Senzel is. Was a number 2 pick in the 2016 draft class. Had a good rookie year. Since then, he's been hurt a lot. He's bounced around different positions. Now, the Reds are still playing him at third in the outfield. I wish they'd pick one spot for Senzel so he could maybe concentrate more on his offense. But look at his offense. He's hitting 290, walk rate up, strikeout rate down. He's always been a pretty good bat control guy anyway. He's got some power. He'll run a little bit. We know Cincinnati is one of the parks you want to focus on. I think the Reds' offense is actually sneaky good, maybe 6 or 7 deep. Nick Senzel just needs to stay healthy and stay in the lineup. Now, staying in the lineup won't be a problem this year. The Reds don't have a good enough team that they can push him out. If he just stays healthy, Nick Senzel can be, I think, a top 100 hitter. I'm again another player like Beatty, who when I checked the roster tags today, I thought, well, maybe Senzel had already graduated, and I realized he's been added aggressively the last few days. Was one of my favorite fab pickups of the weekend, but still available in about 60% of Yahoo leagues as we go to press. Let's fix that. Nick Senzel's only 27. I think he's ready for a career season.